Alright, ready? What was this again? Okay, ready? Hey everybody! Welcome to Shit Happens! Week number 286! I like when they're nines. Go Niners. Hello, Niners.
Coming in 3 weeks, Niner.
How come you're sitting like that?
Because she told me my left shoe was out of frame, so I wanted to make sure it was in frame, so that way we could, show up.
You guys didn't get the memo, did you?
No.
No.
Yep.
Sorry.
Look at our absentee memo.
Yeah, these are...
Yeah.
You know what somebody told me today? Oh, you got shoes like Dr. Price. Not true. Yep. I know you wore yours first,
I
right?
was first, so I had him first.
It's like I always told Blake, I love you first. I always told Blake, I loved you first. Price is like, I wore the shoes first. So, you're right on that one. Blake was your right, Dad. You did love me first. So what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about, girls? Ladies? CAs?
Fertility.
That's just fertility.
Fertility.
So it's kind of it's a fun topic, and you don't have to sit like that. That's really bothering me.
Yes, please sit normal.
It's kind of that's kind of become our reputation here in Omaha, really, isn't it? Well, we have a lot of there are a lot of reputations, but that's one that's really kind of a popular one, and it all started early on in practice. Her name was Peggy. And I was in practice probably 3 years, and she came in and she goes, "Hey, can chiropractic help fertility issues?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "Yeah, but why?" She goes, "Well, because when I came to you, I wasn't able to, ovulate, whatever." She goes, "Now that I'm beginning adjusted, I can." I was like, "Oh yeah, I can." Because I was like, "Where are we growing in there?" And then early on, this is back like 80. 90, 91, notice I skipped the years there, that all of a sudden more and more females started to come to the office for fertility issues. And then about when you started, then it's like we just took off with them. And one that I remember the most of fertility, we'll let Walker explain fertility issues because that's what he wants to do because he's sitting here, but the famous Walker, right?
Oh gosh.
And we miss you, Don and Eric.
Sorry,
you guys
guys.
watch these every time. Actually, Tag started basketball practice.
Did you really?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because Walker's the basketball man. But now Walker actually is into chess. Have you seen any of his chess videos?
Really?
Oh, this dude is a very good chess player. When they came in, they actually came in for seizure problems. And then we started to work on some other stuff. And then they got that Walker.
Well, what was the news story that was on?
Well, that was on KPTM on Fox. They came out.
Yeah.
And that's when after they had Walker, and they were great on it. Can you clip that on the news story? KPTM, Fox?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's somewhere in here. If you've seen it, it's great.
Dawn says she struggled with fertility until she began working with a chiropractor. She says after just 3 months, she got pregnant.
I wasn't sure what to think, but I thought it would at least help, if nothing else.
Dr. Lyle Koca says he's helped about 40 women conceive through chiropractic treatments.
I have one daughter of my own, and I say I have approximately 35 or 40 other children that we've been able to help, so I have 40-some kids.
Dr. Koca uses this machine to check if a woman's spine is misaligned. He says adjustments can help the nerve root that goes to the ovaries work properly.
When it went to the female organs, that organ wasn't working right. When we adjusted it, we allowed that nerve to work right, thus the body could function properly, in that case, the ovaries.
Still, Koca says not every woman with a misalignment will have success with treatment.
I'd love to say that every health profession was the answer to everything, but it's not. We're just another tool in the toolbox of healthcare to humanity.
But anyway, so Walker, they came out and did a news story on us, which is ironic because I remember the news reporter kept trying to say chiropractic was the only thing. And I was like, it isn't. I said, we're just another tool in the toolbox of health. And, we're just another approach to it. And subsequently, and Don and Eric were on that. They were amazing. But I mean, they're just amazing. Matter of fact, I don't know if they still are, for the longest time, they were the family on our clinic webpage.
Yeah.
They still may be, I don't know. But I remember we sent them to another one of our patients for photos.
Yeah.
And they were the ones we used on, because they're just a cool family.
They're amazing.
Even amazing, Eric. Remember when Blake showed at the Big Horse Show in June in Oklahoma City? I met him at a gas station on our way out of town because they live 30 minutes one way, and so they're like, "Well, we want to see you."
Cool.
And so they drove in 30 minutes. I got to see Don and Eric, Walker, Tag, and Colt. Now they got another one, and So anyway, so they did a news story, and then after that, that news story ran over and over
It was like
again.
twice a week for months.
And that's how Blair and Kendall came to see us, who they couldn't have a child, and now they've got Briley, Cambry, and then the two boys. And so it's just, it was kind of funny because during the holidays they were running that, and it was like, we have all these women coming to us for fertility issues, and it was awesome. Anyway, so go ahead and explain fertility in G, buddy.
Fertility issues. Can chiropractic help fertility issues? Well, the answer is we don't really know until you get your spine checked. What do you get your spine checked for? Nerve interference. We call it a subluxation. It's when one of these spinal bones making up your back get misaligned or twisted out of their right position, and then it's going to compress any one of these nerves, which are these spaghetti-looking strings coming out of the back like so. Now, the nerve system's the master system of the body, and it's named that because it controls everything in the body. Because it controls everything, it has to be connected to everything. And so you see these nerves going and connecting to the various organs of the body here. You have nerves in your neck going to the sinuses, middle back nerves going to the stomach and the lungs, and then there's these lower back nerves here. These lower back nerves, they're going to go to a big part of the intestines and digestion. They're going to control all those functions. They're also going to control the ovaries and the uterus in females.
That's girl parts.
That's girl parts, yes.
But not in boys.
But not in boys. Thank you for that. For affirming that. Now, what's going to happen is that any organ in the body is basically a chemical factory. Because when you think of fertility, when a woman's able to get pregnant, she has a very balanced hormones. Her estrogen, progesterone, those are balanced, and so the body can bear a child. What's going to happen if this subluxation occurs due to accumulated of destructive survival values or stressful things that you have in your life, whether it's physical stress, chemical stress, or autosuggestive mental stress.
Or otherwise known as bad stuff.
Bad stuff. These spinal bones are going to misalign, and then that misaligned spinal bone is going to compress that nerve. Now, if this nerve going to that organ, the uterus or the ovaries, is compressed, then there's going to be a blocked signal going from the brain to the organ. Now, that organ is trying to make the right amount of hormones. It's basically like a chef at a restaurant. It needs to make the exact right amount of hormones in the exact portion and in the exact serving size. It gets the recipe from the brain. But now all of a sudden there's a blockage there. So now the chefs over here are only getting 60% of the recipe, 70% of the recipe. Now, my mom's chocolate cake, fantastic. Hi, Barb. But if I'm eating 70% of her recipe chocolate cake, not as good as it could be. Now, unfortunately, most of those subluxations at that point are asymptomatic, meaning you can't feel them yet. And so that signal is going to continue to get reduced over time as you continue doing the stressful things that may have caused it in the first place.
Bad stuff.
Bad stuff. And as less and less of that signal, or less and less of that recipe reaches that ovary and uterus, then they're going to make less and less hormones, and there's going to be a lack of balance there. That body is going to be unable to sustain a healthy pregnancy. How chiropractic can help that, if it's a nerve issue, is we analyze the spine, locate that area of that compressed nerve, and then make an adjustment, which is where we simply, utilizing a very specific protocol and technique called the Gonstead system, start adjusting that spinal bone back towards its proper position. And that's what's going to reestablish the head chef with all the other chefs down here. It's going to reestablish that recipe closer and closer towards 100% level. And when that nerve supply is restored, that starts to initiate that healing process, and over time the body can balance the chemistry, and now that female is able to bear children properly.
Next week we'll have to explain that one again. Seriously. Because I've had over my decades, almost 3 decades of doing this, I've had a few guys that we've had to work on. So everything, Dad?
I know it's going to sound bad, but we have a lot of fun getting women pregnant. So
Oh boy.
See, but I was hoping nobody went there, but
He went there.
I'm glad that you went there after that, though, and like before starting.
He went there.
Yep.
But you know what's kind of funny, and we did this with
This unicorn
Nick
I
and
like.
Jessica, who they were in this evening. So when Jessica came in and they became pregnant, she came in, she goes, all right, she walks in and she's holding, like they're holding a sucker or something, I can't remember what it was. I was like, well, that's cute, but you have to go out in the reception room and tell everybody out there that Dr. Koca made you pregnant. And she did. We had, I don't know, 10, 15 people out in the reception room. She went out there, it was like a Monday night, and she goes, hey everybody, Dr. Koca made me pregnant. And you had, who'd you do that? You had,
I had a number, a couple of them.
but that's what we used to have to tell people to do when they got pregnant. We'd say, go out in the reception room and tell them we made you pregnant.
Yep.
And then when Jessica got pregnant with Anna, she did the same thing. She walked in, she goes, I'll beat him to it. She goes, he's gonna make me come out and say this, but yeah, Coach got, she don't call me doctor, like, Coach got me pregnant again. And then, but you know what, this is so funny, and we'll leave with this. When I was practicing out, because you posted a picture of Dr. Troxel this morning, one of my heroes, and I love that man. And when I was working with T, we had a couple that came in, Randy and Lori, and they'd had 2 little boys, and then Lori got bucked off a horse, couldn't get pregnant again. And I'm like new in practice, I mean, just brand new. And my wife would started working at the clinic, so patients started to know who Sean was. So we went away for a weekend or something, I can't remember what it was, and Lori comes into the office, and she, I mean, Lori she was a farm girl, she was a cow girl. I walk in, and you know, if you remember, they're like, you guys never seen, remember T's clinic out at 5 Points? You ever see that big clinic? Oh, it was a huge reception room, and this big waterfall in the middle. Lori comes in, she goes, and Sean's at the front desk, she goes, and I walked up front, and I go, hey Lori. Lori comes in, she goes, Dr. Koca! And I go, Lori! She goes, you made me pregnant! I was like, we need to explain this.
To the untrained ear, that sounds a little weird.
Yeah, but anyway, got anything?
No.
All right.
Well, other than get in and get checked if this is an issue for you.
Or any
Or
other
you know
issues for
anybody
that.
else. So.
Exactly.
So with that, everybody, we wish you a very Merry Day. Almost a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
We'll talk about the guys next week.
We'll talk about the guys. We'll
Yep.
see ya. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
We're out.
Zeta, for the beautiful little My Little Pony unicorn, and even has a little Captain America symbol right there.
That's impressive, man.
That's good.
See you next week.